Guess I'm gonna dox myself a little bit here. Y'all get to see my Steam name. Woo! And my application's running. All right, folks. AlterStaff has dropped some information on us here. Now, as you all know, I already know what the character is, and I'm glad that they're starting to release some more information because now I get to talk about more stuff. So, character reveal level 4's mystery NPC. As you may remember, they gave us this. The silhouette. What is she going to look like? People were speculating in the Discord server. I largely stayed out of that because, yeah, obvious reasons. A lot of people theorizing maybe she's a mermaid or a siren. And those folks, they were pretty spot on. Meet Eiona. I think I'm saying that right. Maybe it's Eiona. Eiona. I don't think it'd be Eiona. Look at this. And we have a YouTube video, so we're gonna check that out here. After, of course, I pause this music for a second because there's music here. Why is it? Okay. I bet you the music's not even coming through. I guarantee you it's not coming through. What the heck? I don't want... Get the heck out of here. I don't know who you are. Alright. I don't care who they are. Anyway! Yeah, I don't know why it's being like this. Let's just open it up in browser here. I think that'll be the easiest. All right. That just means editing I gotta do later is all. That should be coming through. So you hear, there is music there. She's got a little bit of jiggle physics there, of course, too. All right, so here she is in all of her glory, Eiona here. And what we see, she's got like this, we'll pause this. So she's got this little starfish accessory in her hair. She's also got some coral, interestingly enough. And she's got some hair that kind of, I don't know, almost looks like horns or something, but that's kind of an interesting touch. And of course, she's got her ears. Almost makes me think of like some of the versions of the Zora from Legend of Zelda and stuff. But yeah, definitely that kind of sea creature feel. The fin ears. She's got a purple top here. It looks like it's made out of scales, but we have some flowers on it. It's got that purple color for the AI2U. She looks a little bit tan. She's not super tan, but she's a little bit on the tan side. And it looks like she does have, I don't know, some kind of a shirt thing on that also kind of looks like scales. And she's got, you know, let's make this bigger. Why don't we do that? Some kind of, I don't know, a choker or something there on her, around her neck with a little flower thing. And then we've got these beads kind of hanging off of her top. Very interesting design choice. She's got these blue eyes. I actually really like these eyes. Very interesting. Oh, and on her forehead there's like a little X thing, and then she's got 3 little dots here, it looks like. Some more curly hair. So let's let her move a little bit. Up. Okay, so oh, that's where her eye looks like when it's shut. Interesting. You know, and again, the back, we have the rest of this top she's got on. Looks like she's got some kind of like a scarf or something, belt of some sort around her waist here. She's got normal hands. So she does. She does have kind of like some a kind of pattern on her arm. She's got like this little thing Actually, you guys can't even see my mouse, but she's got like a little kind of a dark spot, almost like a triangle type thing. And then she's got a pink one on the other arm. Some kind of pink, or not pink, a yellow bracelet thing going on there. And I don't know if it's because they just didn't set up her facial expressions or not. But, oh, she got the freckles there too. But I don't know if it's because they didn't set up her facial expressions or not. She looks, her mouth is just kind of shut there. Almost has kind of a serious look to her. So that's our first look at Eiona. I think that's interesting. So it is. Also, let's see. Wesker, hold up. You keep skipping the recommended video with the chick. I really like her design. They have put a lot of work into her. Good job on yeah. Yeah, no, they definitely did a really good design on her. I like how she looks. So let's see what this says here. Yeah, Eiona, blah, 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 blah. Eiona refers to you as her pet. Well, okay. But as always, something feels off. Her words weave between affection and threat. Around you lie fragments of wreckage and mystery. You'll gather pieces, repair what's broken, and solve puzzles across days, assuming she doesn't end you within hours. Ask her anything. What do you want to know about Eiona ahead of her in-game debut? Ask away in the comments. The dev team will select some of her favorite questions to ask on your behalf and share with the community. So, let's put some music back on here. Let's put some music back on. Oh, I closed out of the tab. Gosh darn it. Because I don't, we can't have silence. Can't have silence here, folks. Okay. Let's bring back Ron here. And let's just skip on down here. Alright. I don't want that one. Let's do a little bit more upbeat. There we go. Okay. Okay. So, you can apparently post your questions here if you have any on Steam. I know they're also doing something similar in the Discord where we can post questions. I don't really like to show other people's accounts and stuff. I don't know if they're okay with it or not. I don't have a way of blurring it out. So that's why I tend to not show those things. But anyway, if you have any questions about her, you can ask a question here. You can hit discuss and do it. Let's rate that up. Give it 77. You folks should do the same if you've got it on Steam. In a similar fashion to Estelle's reveal last year, Discord community members can post their questions directly to the newly created forum titled Eiona Echo Check. Again, this is in their Discord. There's a lot of questions in there. Because I know certain things about the level, I tactically asked some questions. Other ones were kind of silly. But I do want to go back to this right here. I think it's interesting she calls us her pet. But around you lie fragments of wreckage and mysteries. So they kind of showed us. Oh, I don't have the clip. But if you remember and you look back at my other videos I did about this, they actually showed us something. It looked like you're looking out of the porthole on a ship. Okay? So I'm guessing the story is something along the lines of we were on a ship. The ship wrecked. We ended up on an island. They showed us the island. As a matter of fact, this island has a day and night cycle, which is kind of cool. And we have this little thing, this red moon type thing that happens. Looks a little chaotic. But that's something really interesting. I hope that's not what island it is. I hope that's not what island it is. But So I think this was really cool that they showed us. This was the extra teaser you got if you submitted a picture, which, by the way, AlterStaff posted another video where they showed the art that people submitted and they gave some teaser stuff. If you haven't seen that, I posted a link to that on my YouTube channel in the community section. You should keep an eye on that. Sometimes I post stuff on there that, you know, is my schedule. Sometimes I post stuff like this. Sometimes I put polls on there too, wanting feedback from you folks. Let's see. Wow, this is a lot different from the other levels. It kind of reminds me of the survival type games where you have a certain number of days to complete your tasks, like Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Yeah, it is kind of funny you mentioned that. Majora's Mask actually came up in discussion in the Discord chat. So, and funny enough, one of the community managers, Dracena, was mentioning she had recently been playing Majora's Mask. But yeah, so we are going to have day and night cycles. I don't know if there's a limit to it, but there's going to be certain dangers that happen when the moon glows orange. Now, funny enough, I don't know. This is an older game, maybe a lesser known game, but the moon thing also kind of reminds me of Legend of Dragoon. You know, they have that whole legend. Count back 101 or whatever years when the moon glows red, and, you know, they're supposed, you know, a moon child is born, but instead there's a black demon that comes and, like, kills everybody. That's kind of what that made me think of also. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some Legend of Dragoon on here someday. I know somebody voted to see that in my last poll. That's such a long game, though. It is a very long game. It's a good game. I wish they'd remake it. Although, I don't know if I trust them to not F it up, but... Imagine seasons also something like snow, rain, etc. That could be interesting. But I think it's pretty ambitious that they have day and night cycles. Really. We got the wind blowing, and that's moving the trees. You can notice that a little bit here, right? The trees do look like they're swaying a little bit. I don't know if maybe the rest of the vegetation does too. Oh, there's you can see the shadows and stuff. So I think this is part of the reason why it took so long. I think they had to design her. They're designing the mini games, but I think they're also trying to get all this stuff to work right. So I am super excited for all of this. I really, really want to see this. But I will leak this because they do kind of mention it. This is going to be one thing I'll give. Well, yeah, I'll give you one thing because it's kind of obvious here. Okay. You will be repairing a boat. You will be repairing a boat with things that you find on the beach. Okay, there will be various ways to collect these things, but you will be repairing a boat, and it'll be involved with some of the endings that you can get. Okay, so if you want to spoiler it all, something they haven't outright said, I will give you folks that. I will give you folks that. Okay, there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more, and on the note of Legend of Zelda, there's also a type of mini game they tend to have in the Legend of Zelda games. One that I don't normally care for, but a lot of people do. It's a way to get a heart piece. And it involves fish. And something like that's going to be in here too. So if you can put 2 and 2 together, you actually got two little leak spoilers there. But I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to say anything else. And solve puzzles across days, assuming she doesn't end you within hours. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, I know quite a bit about this level. I don't know everything, but I know quite a bit. And I knew there was going to be day and night cycles like a while ago. I knew her name. I knew she was going to be a siren. And yeah. I know the mini games, and I knew of some of the items and stuff too. So, yeah, this is interesting. I'm glad we're finally getting to the point where they're showing her to us. That means that they've got to be really close to releasing it. Is the level going to be bigger than the Magpie Bridge? Like, I found that level each. So, I don't know. I can't speak to the size. So, the information that I get is from people who are essentially data mining. Okay? I'm not doing the data mining myself. Okay? I'm going to be very clear about that. However, people who do data mine the game, they give me the information. Okay? I don't know if the level itself is actually in the game. I don't think so. However, they did with a previous update. They put in some of the assets and some of the other information, and they've been slowly putting some other stuff in. It looks like they're playing around with trying to figure out what to make her personality, but I have an idea what it's going to be already. But how big it is, I don't know. I know there's going to be at least one island. Maybe there's more. But there are some things that even I don't know, folks. You're the Daily Mail of AI2U. Hey, you know, I don't know how many people actually cover this stuff, but I do want to cover it. Just in case nobody else is. I know other people make content. Some of them are bigger channels than mine. And maybe they do a better job at it, but at the very least, I can cover some news for you folks and keep you up to date on what's happening. But yes, so this is our first look at her. I am... oh yeah, and then they posted, you know, appear in tomorrow's patch. Keep a watchful sailor's eye on future updates. Oh yeah, here's another thing. We were supposed to be a sailor on a ship, okay? And this is what they're hinting at here. So again, I think we were a sailor on a ship, and it got destroyed or something. We ended up stuck on the beach, and now we're trying to repair a boat to go away. Or maybe you just stay with her forever. Maybe you just really like... Maybe you just like sirens. Maybe you're into fish ladies. I don't know. What's interesting, and I will say this, and I have a feeling I know what this is going to involve, but notice what they don't show us here. They don't show us the rest of the goods. What do I mean by that? Okay, we don't see below the waist, folks. So... is she gonna have legs? Is she gonna be like a mermaid thing and have like one of those tails? Or is AlterStaff gonna go all the way? Are they gonna go all the way and she's somehow going to transform between being like a fish-tailed creature to having legs and walking on land with us? That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. A mermaid tail or a skirt out of leaves and rope. Yeah, we don't know what it is. We don't know what's going on there. You know, she's obviously got clothing, but we don't know if she's got a fishy mermaid tail thing or what. I really like her eyes. I'll be honest, I'm not necessarily big into monster girls. There's a lot of people I know that are. That's like the big thing too, even in anime and stuff. Everyone likes their monster girls. I'm not really big into this, but considering this is kind of like a mythical creature, and it would actually make sense if it was a siren and this is the girl, it would totally make sense for a yandere, right? The sirens are supposed to like enchant the sailors and stuff, and like, they don't leave and everything. They want to listen to the siren song or whatever, right? So it actually makes a whole lot of sense in this case. So I don't mind it. I actually don't mind it here. If we got like some kind of just generic monster girl thing that didn't make any sense at all, I'd kind of be like, I don't know. But I will tell you, there's people in the server that are like, oh my god, we want monster girls. Again, that's not... I don't know if that's entirely appropriate for the game. We'll see. I mean, they're kind of opening the door a little bit with this. I'm kind of tired of seeing monster girls everywhere. It just kind of, I don't know. It's kind of overdone. It's getting a little bit cliche, shall we say. But I don't know. What do you folks think? What do you folks think? Do you think she's going to have legs? Do you think she's going to be like a mermaid tail thing? Do you think she's going to have both? And furthermore, I don't know. Do you want like normal yandere women, or you down with like the monster girl kind of thing? Either let me know in the chat or down below in the comments section. But I don't know. We'll see what kind of. I have a feeling she's gonna. I don't know. She's gonna have a little bit of attitude. I think she's gonna be a little bit spicy. Not Alicia spicy. Okay. Not Alicia spicy. I think she's just gonna be like, yeah, I'm superior to you. But like this is cool. And of course her hair, it's kind of tied in several places. And it looks kind of like, you know, bulbish. Oh, she's got a little bit of, I don't know, something here in her hair, too. She's got a lot of little minor details. So she does. So, boom, you think it's going to be a mermaid tail? It might very well be a mermaid tail. We'll see. But it would be interesting if she can also sprout legs and walk on the beach with us. I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know how big the island is or anything, but it's gonna be cool. And also, I don't. Maybe we can do like a. Let's go back in time, folks. By the way, if you folks didn't get your pudding plushie thing, I posted about this before they officially released it. If you're subscribed to my channel, you have no excuse for not having this. And you know you want this thing. Look at it. Why does it still have its head on a platter with goo? That's, maybe it's a cake. It's like one of those, is it a cake or is it a doll? Let's cut into it and find out. Of course, you all saw this. This was the silhouette. I covered that. These are the things that people colored and worked with to submit as a potential next yandere. And when they submitted it, they received that little teaser I showed you here with the day-night cycle. I was surprised. I thought this would have been released already. I really did. Maybe they're waiting to release it all at once. I don't know. But I was really expecting this to have been released. The rework for Alicia's cabin. We have this thing. I have no idea what that is. Some kind of a rock or something. Eddie's got hints too at it, which they showed here before. This was a silhouette for a thing that's going to be a creature in there, I think. There's the server outage. I got to go back in time a little bit, folks. Maybe I went back too far. Maybe I did. Oh, here we go. Okay, I didn't go back too far. And then we've got this post, and we know that there's going to be a campfire. So this game is now probably going to officially be Dark Souls. You got some kind of a skeletal thing here. That's kind of interesting. We've got a telescope, so the constellations or sky or something, that's going to be important, I assume, with the telescope. Also, if you look, it looks like maybe they have little constellations on the telescope. I wish I could see it in 360. I wonder if that's like the Big Dipper or Little Dipper, and they've got some other stuff. I don't know. We have bombs. Maybe these are cannonballs. That's kind of what I was thinking. But it's interesting how they're painted here. And then we've got this little cat creature thing. I have no idea what the heck that is. So, oh yeah, and then there's these. They showed some of the, these are some of the items I think you can find in the game. So there's rocks, there's some kind of I don't know if that's a stone or a scale. I believe there's a scale item. And then there's sticks. And some of this stuff you're going to be using in order to repair the boat, to my understanding. So, yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm definitely looking forward to it. So I am. But yeah, so there's a lot going on here. It's all starting to come together. And I love it when a plan comes together. But now that we got all the news out of the way, folks, all the leaks, all the secret special information that only you folks know, you and the data miners now, about the mini games, I do believe it is time to do a little bit of AI2U. So, let me go ahead here. Boop.